trying to beat a team twice within, I guess, a few weeks here. What are the challenges of that?
Yeah, you know, in our world, it seems a long time ago that we played them, where obviously it's probably not. We lose track of time during this time of year, but anytime you're trying to beat a team for the second time, psychologically you're concerned that the other team has the advantage because they're the one that thinks they have to play better to win. They got the attention of their coaching staff. It's just human nature. So you have to rely on your veteran leadership. Guys understand that each game is a unique experience. And hopefully our guys do remember the last time we played Temple because it was a war. They're extremely well coached. They fight you as hard as they can fight you. They've struggled to make some shots of late. And they've played by far the hardest schedule in our conference. Haven't had to go to Central Florida, go to SMU, go to Connecticut, you know, have to play us in the opener. So they've had a tough road as far as the schedule is concerned. And Tulsa, who's surprisingly very good. So, but it's always tough to beat a team two times in the same year.
Are they relying more on a three-point shot than they used to?
Yeah, they just don't have the low post presence of, you know, Julian Bond, who was fifth-year senior for him last year. Tough kid, strong. Not only could he score down there, I think his presence, his rebounding beat us last year. So I think they definitely miss him. There's no doubt about it. And you know, we all know that the three-point shots can be feast or famine at times. But they're capable. So you better not let them get hot.
You guys have defended a three-point shot really well. How do you do that? Is that an emphasis of you?
Well, last year we struggled with it, to be really honest about it. And, you know, after the season, you try to assess some things, everything that you did schematically, and evaluate everything in the program A to Z. So we did not defend the three-point shot well at all last year. And something I wanted to change. So we've tried to have and just a much better emphasis on our ball pressure on the perimeter. And I thought and get better at our bigger guys being able to play, not give up the three at the three-point line as much. And just change some things strategically that we've done. So I thought, even in the St. Joe's game, we let them get comfortable, and you can complain as a coach. You say you got guys, boy, he's making shots. He's a low percentage shooter, but then you watch the film, and he's not being guarded with much pressure at all. So there's a chance he's going to shoot above his percentage. So it's just something we've tried to improve upon.
Coach, you've talked about recently settling for jumpers a little bit. What all goes into that? Is that like a toughness thing? Is that how they're defending you? Or is it you've seen some shots go down and they're getting some confidence now?
Well, I think you got to have your guys play with confidence. You can't have guys wondering, should this coach okay if I shoot the ball? But you also have to evolve as a team to understand, hey, if you've missed 3 or 4 jump shots in a row, it's probably not prudent to come down and take another one. Let's at least try to get the ball in the paint first and not shoot a jumper off the first pass when we've missed 5 straight. So it's just a maturing process for the team. We had 2 freshmen do that the other day, and that's what freshmen do, unfortunately. And then you got to give East Carolina's defense a lot of credit. You know, they're a big athletic team. Obviously, they're not scoring the ball great, but their field goal percentage defense is excellent, and we found out why. Whenever a team can protect the rim, it's going to be hard to score on them if you don't make shots. And we struggled to make shots the other day.
And against SMU, they were cutting off the paint.
That's why I say every game is a unique experience, right. And fans tend to try to look at it like, well, we're this or we're that, and you got to be able to dance every song they play at the ball if you're going to win the prize, and teams play differently. So you have to evolve to a point where you're able to take what they give you and still score. Because some teams take away the three, some teams take away the paint. Some teams play zone, some teams are real physical. So you got to be able to adjust to it. and usually passing is the key. Good passing is the key to good offense. You know, you have great passing, you will have great offense because you will end up with great shots. And when you evaluate the film, and we have 4 or 5 times where the ball should have went to Gary or Kyle in the low post and it didn't go, and that's got to happen. And we end up with hard shots late in the clock instead of guys that are going to make 8 out of 10 baskets down low with the basketball. And what happens with that is you're also bailing the other team out. You're making their life a lot easier.
You referenced Gary the other day down at East Carolina about getting him the ball more.
Yeah.
He's played really well during this winning streak. Is this the best he's played since?
Well, his consistency of effort is there, you know, which, you know, it's just a maturation process as a player. Give him credit. He's getting better. He's playing harder as he gets older. He's more consistent with his effort. And to be real honest about it, we've got to make sure he gets the ball more in our half-court offense and gets more opportunity. And we've got to know that if we catch the ball and he's available on a post-up, he's got to get it. He'll pass it if he draws the help. He always does, but he's got to get it. That puts pressure on the defense. We just, you know, it's a never-ending job coaching, and you know, it's one thing that I know we're going to work hard on today is making sure that we're just doing a better job of finding the open man. I thought we struggled with that on Sunday.
Is it overstating things to say you need to run your offense more through him because he can pass?
Well, I mean, Kyle's the same, you know, but I'd like Jacob and Troy to post up more as well, to be really honest about it. I just think that you can't pass the ball laterally. I mean, you just, if every pass you make in a possession is lateral, the defense wins. And especially when you have guys that can score, you're bailing them out if you play laterally. So it's a never-ending battle. You know, passing is the hardest. Passing the ball towards the basket is the hardest thing to teach a player in basketball, harder than defense, because he's got to pass the ball over, under, or around a defensive player that's trying to not let him do that to a player that's being guarded. You know, it's so much easier to just turn and throw it back out to the top, where there's nobody between you and the guy you're trying to throw the ball to, and they're just allowing that pass. So it's something we just got to do a better job of recognizing and working on every day.
How's Kyle done his progress?
Excellent. You know, as a coach, you get frustrated, and you know, I'm not the guy that stands over there trying to be phony and act like I'm not frustrated. I just coach the game, and it is what it is. Not real concerned. So at times you know, people say, "Oh, well, you don't look happy." It's like, well, first of all, you're coming to the game for entertainment. I'm at work trying to get a win. But so at times, so you may look, I'm frustrated with Kyle. Trust me, I couldn't be happier that he's at Cincinnati. He does so much for our team. I can't possibly tell you how much he's changed our team this year. Aside from his ability to score and get us baskets, his confidence is huge. He gives us a confidence. There was a possession in the second half against East Carolina. He makes a baseline jumper where other guys might have been thinking, oh, well, you know, they cut it to 6 and, you know, oh, I'm worried. He could care less about the crowd. He could care less if he missed his last shot. You give him a shot he's confident in, he's just going to shoot it. And we need that because sometimes Troy is way too conscientious. So is Gary, so is Jacob. He gives us talent, but he gives us confidence. And he is by far the energy giver on our team, which is a huge thing. You know, he is always fired up. He comes flying. He almost ran over me at East Carolina. There was a timeout, and Nasir had blocked a shot, and he comes flying off the bench to tell Nasir, great job. You know, and it's just, that's who he is. And in the course of a season, in team sports, guys like that, their value is so much more than their statistical value. Because it uplifts everybody. Everybody needs somebody to bring them up. You know, I watched Francisco Garcia do it at Louisville to an eventual Final Four in my time there. Guys like that they always have an energy level. Kenyon Martin had it while I was here as an assistant. They always have intensity. They're always excited to play basketball, and they bring everybody up around them. So I mean, as frustrated as I may get with Kyle at some of the things he doesn't do great, if he did them great, he wouldn't be here. Let's just be honest about it. You know, if, at a guy his size and with the things he can do, I mean, he probably wouldn't be here if he didn't have some things he needed to work on. So, you know, despite the times where I may get frustrated with him, trust me, if I could do backflips to prove how happy I am that he's in our program, I would do them, but I just can't do them.